Hey you guys, how you all doing out there? Hope you're having a good day. Right then, let's have a look. So, welcome back to PV County. So, um, since I last streamed on, what day is it? Wednesday, Monday. Forgot what day I was there for a minute. I've run through a little bit. Obviously, the last stream I got the concrete factory up and running. Let's see. And, ooh, cool. So I've got enough for a couple of bridges there. So that's something we can work on today. I did get the steel factory built. Obviously, what we're going to work on today is actually getting it filled up, and obviously then we can start getting the rebar and steel for the bridges. So whether we'll get enough done today, I'm not sure. We will see. Obviously, we need to get coal, calcium carbonate, and ore into this one, along with water. So hopefully everyone's had a good couple of days. So I'm going to fill right up, hopefully. Ooh, almost. That's enough for now, at least. I haven't set up any of the routes for autodrive to just do the unloading yet on here. So if I leave that there, I need some coal to start off with. Just over this side, obviously. Actually, what's in that? Goodie is empty. Obviously, the coal is over here. I might have to bring the loop a bit further in now that it's getting a bit further back. So, here we go. So we'll get this up and running first of all. So obviously no new updates from Giant today regarding FS22. So probably get something maybe tomorrow if we're lucky, but probably definitely Friday. Oh, come on, dig in, will ya? Dig in, dig in. Go. Come on. Obviously I could have just got some straight from the silo down there, but might as well get this cleared first. Oh, good enough. Good enough. I'll see if there's any left over. It can always go into the silo. So that's fine. Go. Go. And as I've been doing most of this with auto drive, I think I might actually drive it myself back, so and then just send it up with auto drive. There we go. The thing I do need to do is get that other one heading back up here, so let me just double check on something, because I'm sure that actually comes from another mine. Let's see, there's nothing there. And there's nothing there. Okay, so at least two more trucks are out of place at the minute. Right, so let's grab you and we'll send you up to this sand. because you're not needed for now. Sand mine, and we're just going for a single route. Where we what? There we go. So you can do that. That's you. Okay, so that's probably where that other one's coming from then. The gravel. So we'll pop you over to the gravel mine. I want that one. Gravel mine. There we go. Here we go. And I'm going to drive this one back myself. There should be another one somewhere. Because I used to have two up here, then one in each of the other ones. So I might bump into that and send it back up. So, obviously once we've got the steel factory up and running, we can then start focusing on which bridges we're going to go for. Obviously for anybody out there, you can actually do them in any order you want. You could actually go through, do all of them first, and then start working on the factories. Or you could choose particular ones to build, and then just do them every now and again when you need them. But yeah, it's entirely up to you. Obviously for me, one of my aims is might get there though, is the animals. So for doing the animals, I'm going to need Cargill built, because obviously that's where you produce your animal feeds. So I'll probably start off with doing the bridge heading that direction first, and then maybe work on Aurora, not sure. So obviously that'll be the bridge down this road here on the left. After that, it's who knows where. Yeah, that's the one that heads off to the Aurora factory. And obviously at the Aurora you can actually make sacks, which then you could use in the concrete factory as well as the Cargill. Hey T Miller, how's you doing, mate? How's your day off been? Yeah, got good. Oh, good. Glad to hear it. And hey, Reed McDaniels, how you doing? Just working on getting the steel factory up and running. Wow, that's slid a little bit. It's all built now. Just obviously need to add a few more products, and then we can get that up and running. And then we can focus on the bridges. Yeah, good. Thanks for asking. Good. Yeah, it should be right next to the farm. Why? Is it missing? Because it should be there. I think it's actually in one of the pictures that I uploaded to the competition, so it'll be on the SGA as well website. See, now I'm worried. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's literally right next to where the main farm is. And then across the road from it should be the charcoal factory. So I'm not sure why you're getting that. So, all right, okay. One thing actually, I was speaking to Oppies earlier, and one thing that he found is he had to delete all the PV mods and then do fresh download. So it could be something to do with that, maybe, I don't know. If anybody's getting like white buildings and that. But yeah, it's very strange because obviously I did add all the mods that I'm using, so not sure why anybody would get an error with mine. Okay, cool. That's the point. What did I need? It was calcium carbonate. Okay, thought it was. Should double check. Okay, that's close enough. Hopefully I've got some left, because I don't know, I cleared it out the other day for glue factory. Oh yeah, got a bit there. Cool. Yep, which is good. There we go. Yeah, it's a strange one. So obviously, if anybody does have issues with the save games for Uncharted, the winner ones, and you find that some of the buildings are coming up white, just delete all the PV mods, probably just the assets to be honest, and then do a fresh download. Obviously if that doesn't work, you might need to add PV Counties assets file. Obviously Boomhauer mentioned that the other day in his stream, so, and it seemed to have helped. Just out of curiosity, how much does that actually need? Crystal steel. Because obviously if it... Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so there's a few options you guys have got out there. Well, see, I'm on PV County, so if you've got any questions about that, you're more than welcome to drop them in chat. Obviously, if you've got anything about even Uncharted or any other maps, yeah, you're more than welcome to ask your question. Who knows, might be able to answer it, or somebody in chat can. Well, this has just gone through that. What I might just do is jump over to Stream Raiders and get the first battle up and running. Obviously, this is going to be a bit of an unknown map, so ooh, should be interesting. Oh, excuse me. The only problem with streaming at this time of the day is it's a bit of a rush when I have my meal in the evening. So there we go. So that's up and running now. The link's in chat if any of you guys want to join in. You're more than welcome to. We've got 30 minutes to get all the troops down before we start the battle itself. We'll see while you guys are doing that. I'm going back to PV County as this is now filled up. And then once I've got this in, all I need to then add is some water. Yeah, the nice thing is with this concrete, not the concrete factory, the stone crusher there, it does produce pretty well, and it's got a pretty good capacity, so you can clear a fair bit of those tunnel walls and get them in there. But one field I do need to focus on at some point is this one down here, just after the crystal steel. I don't actually think there's anything on there. I haven't done anything with it at all, so could do get it ploughed obviously and seeded. And obviously scanned as well, thinking about it, as I've been running precision farming. I saw your picture of the white horse. It's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, that's just me really wishful thinking, I guess. Right, so don't really need this now, so let's send this back up to the ore mine. I'm just gonna dip. There we go. There we go. Actually, what I might actually do with this, set up the routes around crystal steel, because I've got a feeling that one tanker is not going to be enough. If I remember rightly, it's about 5 to fill it up. So I can actually get autodrive just doing it itself while I'm off doing the other fields. And it looks like they've started growing, so they're probably going to need some more fertilizing. Let's jump out and have a look. So, once we've got sugar beet in this one, it seems fine actually at the minute on that one. In this one we've got clover, which is a bit hit and miss, so I might just have to, might get away with that actually. And in this one we've got soybean, so yep, that's fine. I think we'll be fine for the minute. Yep, that's what I thought as well. There's one nice thing actually with that precision farming I've noticed, you don't really need to fertilise as much as well. So it's almost like the seasons thing where you only do it like once or twice. Here we go. I just wish they'd come up with a better name for it. Either I need to get some new teeth. Right in. Oh, what are you jumping out for, you silly thing? Right. Let's bring you up ready. Ow. Just had a little thought. Let me just see something a second. There's that. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, cool. Okay. I've just seen who was actually streaming today. Obviously, there's myself, Scurvy Hyam, and then Dajnet, so that's cool. Let's bring this up so we can see what's going on. And okay, so that there. I'm actually going to leave that there because what I can do is extend that down a little bit. So let's bring you back a bit. So I need you to be lined up there. And nice and slowly. So this will give me a rough idea of where I need to have the drop points for these guys as well then. So I would say probably about there for that one. So let's bring you up a bit. Obviously I can always adjust it afterwards if need be. So that one's going to be steel, coal, unload, nice and easy. And this one, oop, yeah, so much off you a little bit. That's going to be the calcium carbonate, carb. Ugh. Hang on. Steel, carb, unload. And then ore. Could be about there because those trailers are quite long. So just bring that up a bit. So steel ore, unload. At least you'll not have to do these once, then it's done and out of the way. Let's pan around a little bit. Ooh, perfect, I think. And then that's going to be the steel, water. Oh, don't want space. I like to give us one. Load. And so normally what I tend to do with this is swing around to the right and then, oh, building in the way, take it down the back there. Hopefully there's going to be enough space. Let's just double check. So that's obviously that up and running. Might get away with that, okay. One thing I might actually do is add a fence around this actually. Kind of like on Uncharted, I've got a brick wall of mine, which really blends in quite well. And I've got a feeling I might have actually added it to this save as well, that pack. Or I might even just add some like metal fencing or something. Let's make it more like an actual steel factory. Let's bring it up a bit. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect really. So that's a little bit noisy unfortunately, but hey ho. Okay, so I need to have one heading off that way. Should be fine there. Turn you off. Link that to that one. Okay, Team Miller, much appreciated. I'll probably see you a little bit later in Dave's stream. Have a good night, mate. Up there. That's fine. Cool. Catch you later, mate. There we go. There's that. Obviously I do need to sort a link out from that side at some point, but that can wait for now. So I need to do you. And we're going to the shop water refill, which is what I called it. And we're going to the steel, not the concrete. Steel water nope. Steel water node. And it's going to be water at the bottom there. And you can do that. So it's going to be needed 4 more runs. That should be enough. while he's doing that. Right, so just thinking, I could actually start to transport some of these goods over. No, oh, I sent that one off, didn't I? Let me just tab through and find out where all my trucks are. I'm sure I've got one here somewhere, lying around. Right, so you're in the right place. You're hopefully in the right place. You're fine. What one's that? That's the gravel. Okay. I'm sure I've got another one here somewhere. Or is it just him? Okay, I guess in that case I need to nick this one. Need to find that's got 2 hours on it. The one with the most is the one I've been using a lot for the transporting and stuff. Which is going to be that one. Okay, no problem. We'll just have to wait for this guy. Okay. Okay, Reed, not a problem. And hey, G-Dog, how you doing, mate? Welcome back. Oh, there we go. That's pretty good gun. So, in that case, so what's this field down here like? That has been going on. So it's 57. That's the one I'm needing to focus on. Okay, so it's been harvested. Actually, let's jump over there. It'll be easier. Let's see what the state of this field is. Now, what I tend to do with my fields is I always... Actually, I'm going to use the case instead because he's over there. Is plough it before I do anything. It's just kind of a habit I've gotten into all the time. I don't tend to... Oh, zoom out because it's a bit noisy there. I don't tend to cultivate as it were, because obviously unless you're on Uncharted you don't really need to. So we can do this one I think ourselves. It's a nice easy little job. There we go. Actually, what I might do is just up that speed a little bit to 5 times. Obviously, one thing I haven't got up and running yet. Oh, thank you very much for that, host Michael, aka DJ Pepperjack Cheesehead. How are you doing, mate? See, now you put me right off what I was saying. Yeah, so I haven't got any storage for any of these yet. I could put down the construction storage, I suppose. Or obviously the best one really for anybody to put down. It's a bit more, it's a lot more expensive, but it's obviously the logistics centre, and that will take pretty much everything on this map, whether it's pallet or loose. Right. So let's get you lined up here a minute. Plough. Is that right? So where are you? Let's bring you over a little bit more. There we are. Good. Glad to hear it, Michael. Yeah, not sure what's going on today, but for some reason my right ear has been giving me a little bit of jip. Might need to get that looked at. Right, so here we go. So yeah, we can do this job. It's only a small field, so might as well do it ourselves. Then also got to scan it. Actually, what I could have done is actually scanned it at the same time, really. But obviously, I haven't got that installed at the minute. You can get a little attachment that goes on the front that scans as you're going, which is really quite a cool nifty little thing. There we go. So to do that there, so I've got a little bit more space to move around. There we go. So, Mr. G-Dog, I see you're back on PV County. How are you getting on with that? Yeah. Obviously, I know it's pretty handy actually, but yeah. I don't even think I've got it installed for scanning. What would that be under? I haven't got a clue. Probably miscellaneous, isn't it? Nope. No, obviously I've got the scout for scanning. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, Sassy Girl, how you doing, mate? Just started back over, so got lots of work. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, actually, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna save that, quit it, and grab that if I can find it. So let's jump over to StreamRider for a sec. You can actually sit and watch that. Too much Halloween music? Yeah, not off in it. Right. So I don't get any dodgy things. Which you call them? These told off for music. I'll turn that off for a sec. Du -du -du. Miscellaneous. It said lizard in it, so if I can find it. I know I've seen it here the other day. There it is. Install. There we go. Yes, I want to restart. Yeah, I think I'll go with the lizard one. And yeah, T Miller's actually just jumped off to get some sleep. But he might still be out there lurking. So hopefully this thing's got a decent scan width. Otherwise I might be changing it later. There we go. That's fine. They're all selected. That's fine. That's fine. Don't need them. Okay. Okay. So let's jump back to this screen. Jababbles out there, is he? Must be lurking. Yeah. One thing, guys, if you do see somebody, obviously, in the what you call it, viewers chat, or what? Not viewers chat. People who are viewing, try not to shout them out because obviously they could be just lurking. Much appreciated, though. Obviously, if they're chatting away in the channel, you're more than welcome to. Maybe they're just not. It's like 20 meters. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah. If that's all it is, obviously I'm using like what's it, a 9 meter plow, I think that thing is, the Joker. So that's fine. Right, so must remember to turn this music sound back on. There we go. Okay, so we did get you going again. Yep, that's all fine. So you should be unloading. Are you unloading? No. Let's just have a look. Let's bring them up. Douche. I'm guessing that needs to be inched forward a little bit. Just do that again. Should kick it. There we go. So that's fine. Yeah, obviously there is a lot of people out there who like to watch but not interact really, so obviously obviously if they want to say hello, they're more than welcome to, but they could be off busy doing other things. So just drop you off there and go grab the sensor. But yeah, T-Miller has actually now gone off to bed, so he might just have the stream up, so he probably won't be replying. Right then. Okie dokie, so there, miscellaneous, and there we go, good old crop sensor, and just so it's the right shade of red, 20 meters, that's good size actually, yep, we'll just buy that. Actually, I haven't actually tried this out yet, so it could be quite interesting. But it does look like it's a lot easier than obviously using that other scanner. Go just in time to get out of his way. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's turn you on. Get you ready. Yes, what is it? Oh, it's 12 and a half, okay. Look you around. Line you up. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Reed. There we go. Right, and so let's get that unfolded. B to turn on. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right, so what I'll just do is bring that up so you can see what's going on. Obviously I don't really need to do this part, but oh well. There we go. Yeah, that's quite cool. Okay. So we'll just do this a little bit again. Yeah, that's pretty decent that, isn't it? I think I found a new toy. Haha! How are we doing on stream raiders anyway? So just over 3 minutes. Cool. Then we can get that first battle done in under abouts. Yeah, so I think that what my main aim before FS22 is, when that comes out, is for this map is to try and get at least the animals up and running. So obviously we've got what 3 more weeks before that's due. So yeah, lots of work to do. Hopefully, should be able to at least get that far. Not really going to focus too much on the Aurora factory, to be honest, this time around. Obviously, if we get there, we get there. But I'm mainly going to aim for getting this bridge here built up, and then I can then focus on getting Cargill up and running. Obviously, to have that to run properly, obviously you need to the Duke energy, because it does need the power. Right, so let me just go run up that little bit there that I've ploughed. Hopefully it'll recognise that it's been ploughed now. I have no idea, to be honest. Oh yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah, I might just run a little fence around there. But I'll leave a path down this side of the building. There we go, that's cool. Mainly for us whenever I do a trash run, I can have easy access in and out to it. So I might just extend the concrete there, make it look quite nice. Yeah, I'm liking that, but the heck, that is very red. That really is very, very red down there. But the nice thing is, obviously, because it's scanning as it's going, you get instant data for that. Okie dokie, so let's pop you there for a sec and jump over to Stream Raiders and get that battle up and running. Okay, so where is everybody? Let's have a little look. So most of the guys are over here. So if I let me do that, drop this down over there. Once you guys get in there, hopefully that'll help out. So good luck, everyone. Oh, so much for my thinking, hey? Let's zoom in there a little bit. Last enemy. Can we do it? Can we do it? There we go. Well done, everyone. Good game there. Good game. And oof. I'm going to choose these guys. So Reed, you definitely deserve one. And I think I'll go for Mr. G-Dog. Why not? There we go. Congratulations, you get the extra rewards. Ooh, and I get a little something myself. I love a bit of that, thank you very much. Oh, and I've got an upgrade already. There. There. So yeah, we're getting there. Getting there, that's for definite. Thank you very much for that. So, what we've got next? We have a moderate there with a silver chest. Really? Let's just go for a gold, hey? I think you guys are absolutely amazing. So, let's find somebody half decent. I will go for a warrior this time, I think. And we'll pop him down there. There we go. So there you go, 30 minutes on the clock. The link is in chat. You're more than welcome to join in. While you guys are getting that set up, obviously I have some work on this PV county. There we go. What I'll just do is I'll do a little drop down this side here. There we go. So I've got some soya in. Got what was it? Sugar beets. Just trying to think of what to put in here. Probably something that I can use for the animals. Yeah, I think I'm thinking of grain, so maybe barley. Because obviously, what I usually go for starter animals are your chickens, sheep, and then work on goats and cows. And then I tend to leave pigs till very last. So yeah, I think I'll go with a barley field down here. I think that'd be fine. Cool, thank you for that, guys. Much appreciated. Oops. Nearly went off course there. Yeah, I had a rather long day today, been out shopping most of the day. So, absolutely knackered. Never going to sleep well tonight, that's for sure. Yeah. Wonder how that tank's getting on. Or the tank, I should say. I would imagine it should be nearly done. Let's have a quick look. Too far. Crystal steel. Calcium. Yeah, so he's probably on to the last one now. If he hasn't got stuck. really tell on there, can you? Yeah, he's heading back. So it's probably on the last run now. Then he should stop. There we go. Hey, Papa Skull, how you doing, mate? Welcome back. Hope you're having a good day. I think my tractor needs a bit of a repair. One thing you might not see is just behind one of my sub goals there. Which one is that? Can't remember now. Hang on. So the one at the bottom right, behind that, I've actually added the implement where mod that shows you all the information about everything. And my tractor is currently at 48%, which is not good. Recovery from knee surgery, yeah. How did that go? Hopefully everything went well. I know the other day you mentioned that in Boomhauer's stream you were going to be going off the next day, I think it was, to get that sorted out and cleaned up. Yeah. So was that like an old injury or something on your knee that they were just having a look at? I know I've got a little bit of water on my knee, or liquid on the knee, whatever you call it, and it really hurts at times. But obviously they wouldn't do nothing about it. Oh, so if you don't want to say it, no problem. Yeah, I had a bike accident quite a few years ago, and when it gets really cold and damp, the side of my knee just it's like a balloon basically, and where it's pushing so much on my knee and the tendons and everything, it's like a balloon waiting to pop, and that is really sore. Ah, okay. Yeah, and that's not so good. But hopefully you're on the mend now. There we go. Old age. I'm sure you're not that old, mate. I'm sure you're not. There are days where I feel like I'm a lot older than I am. But I think everybody gets that way at times. And then the next day you sort of bouncing around, so yay, come on in, let's go. Okay, so you're just over 20 years older than me. Eesh. But yeah, that's not old, to be honest. You're about the same age as my dad, maybe slightly younger, and he's got so much energy. It's unbelievable. He's a professional gardener, so he's got tons and tons of energy. He's out in all weathers. I don't know how he does it, to be honest, some days. Obviously I'm now, well, a little bit older than 40, let's put it that way. And there is, when it gets really cold, I just do not want to go anywhere. I'm really sort of stuck inside type person now. But what's really weird is obviously I grew up in the countryside in, well, the last place I actually lived was a wooden house, or chalet I think they actually are called. And it's a 2-floor, and that was really cold, thinking about it. But it didn't even bother me at the time. I even lived in a static caravan for quite a few years, all year round, and that didn't bother me. But obviously the last few years it has definitely started to get really cold for me. But I think season wise, spring and autumn are definitely my seasons now. I don't like it too hot, don't like it too cold. There we go, and that's that done. So obviously that has now been scanned, which is really quite cool. Yep, so I think we'll leave that up here with the plough. One thing I will probably definitely do is put a little bit of gravel texturing down on that side. Make it like a little path around the back of there. So I've got a little bit of access out for future trash runs. Yeah, Billysicle. Yeah, I just do not do the cold right anymore, which is really strange considering where I originally come from, which is Scotland. And obviously they get a lot of cold and snow. That's something I do miss, is snow. Okay, let's cut through here. Oh, there we go. Almost. And thank you very much for that epic tank read. Much appreciated, mate. Much appreciated. There we are. But yeah, that definitely saves a lot of time, that little scanner. Oh, wrong one. I want you. And we'll just drop this off down here with the other one. Oh, stand up. There we go. Yep. It's definitely getting cold everywhere. That's for sure. Right, so barley, that's what we'll. There we go. It's nice thing with barley, and not only can you use it as chicken food, you can use it get all the straw off of it. And while I'm up here, I'm definitely going to repair these guys. If I can remember which building it was, that one. Yep. So one thing you do need to do, obviously I did mention it a while ago, is when you first start this map on Johnson option, you need to replace this building, which is obviously. Oh, thank you very much, dear. Cool. Yep. So what you'll probably find if you come in here, you won't get this pop-up menu to pop up. That will be because it needs to be replaced. For some reason, the triggers weren't set up properly, I guess, or copied over. But it's an easy fix. Just sell the building and pop a fresh one down instead, and you'll be fine. Hey, Jaren, how you doing, mate? Welcome back. The thing is, cold for you guys is still pretty warm for us. That's the thing. I know I mentioned before once that I went to Florida, and it was around the beginning of October, and heat-wise it wasn't too bad for me. It's kind of like our summers almost. But the thing that I found hardest was the humidity. That was the killer. Oh, nice trip down the beach. Sweet. Oh, nice. Yes, kind of past beach weather over here now. Thick jumpers and stuff like that, and thermal underwear, definitely. Right, I'm sure I set this up as well. Yep, there we go. Good. I'm going to swing you around because I want to do a headland first on this end. Just get you lined up a bit. When you're ready to go down, there we go. Cool. Nice. Now what I always tend to do is the lime afterwards, so then you're getting the right amount added for the crop. Which I do know a lot of people tend to do it beforehand, but I've always done it afterwards, because obviously that's the way I was told originally, and I'll probably stick to that way. There we go. Just ordered you second monitor, getting an Asus gaming monitor. Nice! Oh, that is very nice, Jaren. What size are you going for? Is it going to be like a 24, 27, something like that? There we go. Oh, why is this thing so slow? It's gone down. It's annoying. Hey, the Moon Pieman 21, how are you doing? Welcome back. And obviously thank you for the follow the other day. You lurking? Cool. More than welcome to lurk. Obviously if you've got any questions about PV County, PV Uncharted or anything like that, just drop it in chat and who knows, I might be able to answer it for you. Obviously the best way of getting both maps are with PV Tools. It's an application that you just download and install onto your computer. Then all you do is create 2 new folders, one for each map, link it to PV Tools, and then hit the options button and you can download all the maps, or both maps and the mods, into separate folders, guys. Yeah, keep them separate. Obviously, the only exception right now with that is PV Industries can also be run from the same folder as Uncharted, but obviously do need both Uncharted and the new Industries in the same folders. Otherwise, you have a few texture issues. Also, the nice thing with PV Tools as well, if you have multiple maps, not just Pleasant Valley maps, you can actually have a folder set up for each. And you can obviously switch between them whenever you want to. So each map has its own mods and mod folder. definitely a lot easier and less likely of them to conflict with each other. There we go. How are we getting on? So we've got just over 10 minutes, which is quite cool, on the old stream raiders there, guys. Also, just to remind you guys as well, to check out the SGA website, as there has been an addition of the calendar, which obviously shows all the streamers for the SGA, when they're streaming, times and stuff like that. Obviously got a Mr. T Miller who will be doing a giveaway this weekend during his 12-hour stream, where you can actually win an FS19 copy, not a 19, 22 should say, along with a season's pass, first season's pass, and then I believe it's a $50 Steam card, which is a really good prize, I think. So definitely go check out when he'll be streaming. And let me just get a link in chat for you guys. There you go, there's his link. You're more than welcome to go over, give him a follow now. Obviously we'll be streaming again, well, for me it'll be tomorrow morning. Obviously I'm in the UK, so it's probably going to be a bit different for you guys. Obviously he does live in the Philippines. Oop, heck. There we go. So times may vary. Obviously later on today, currently scheduled is Scurvy Hyam, who's another SGA member, obviously. He's currently playing PV County and creating a huge field on there. And obviously another person due to go live today is obviously the big man himself, Mr. Dajnet. There he is, right there. Obviously he created all the PV maps, and who knows, one day might become the ambassador, if not more, which I think is definitely well in sights for him. Go give them all a good watch, or follow I should say, and catch their streams. What is that? I think I'm having one of those days where I really can't speak. It's not a good one, that's for sure. There we are. Obviously another member of the crew is obviously Boomhauer. Obviously he has created a few things for the obviously PV County on Uncharted, and that's obviously the tobacco factory, along with the cigarette. Yeah, there's tobacco and coffee factories, wasn't it? God, my brain is really shutting down lately. It's not good. Definitely go check them out on Twitch as well, or him I should say. And I agree, cannot spell. What is going on today? Obviously, if you've got any problems with autodrive and courseplay, Then X-Man 1971 is definitely your guy. I believe he's now streaming again tomorrow. Oops. There we go. Come on. Oh, I wonder why this thing's so slow. It never used to be. I'll have to look into that. Oh, great to hear it, Sassy. Nice. Yeah, exactly, Jaren. Exactly. Who knows? One day you might even become like equivalent to what Terminator is now. Obviously, they're getting some new offices and that set up over in America. So obviously, if he gets elevated to the next stage, who knows who's going to take over from him? Because I know they were talking about that on NBC Masterdad's stream yesterday. But yeah, definitely deserves it. Definitely. Even like just a liaison between like the modders around the US and obviously Giants. But yeah, definitely deserves it. But yeah, obviously first step, ambassador. Oh, that was a point. What was that? And before I miss it, so thank you very much for that epic artillery. Carloco, I believe that's pronounced. Still one. Much appreciated. And as thinking about it, as I was there, might as well give Mr. NBC Master Dad a shout out as well. Oops, and I'm crashing at the same time because I'm not focusing what I'm doing. Yeah, he is an amazing guy. He's doing a lot with the FSL stuff at the minute, to be honest. Well, obviously, if you want to join in, you're more than welcome to. Obviously, you will need to have the FSL tournament client downloaded and installed. It works the same way as a DLC for the game. So once it's installed, it's installed. Unfortunately, it cannot be unlocked or edited or anything like that. But yeah, just run it off of a server, not a single player. Otherwise, you will get a lot of issues. There you go. But if you ever want to check that out, check out NBC. Alright, so I think that's enough for him for now. Let's go grab me the tractor. Yeah, I know, Sassy. I've seen you around quite a bit. To be honest, well, I wouldn't say follow a lot, but I do lurk a lot in people's streams, and not necessarily under this account. Okay, that one's fertilizer, so it must be this back one here. There we go. To be honest, it is a lot easier to lurk on YouTube than it is on Twitch, that's for sure. Oop, there we go. Actually, one thing I do need to check up on is my composter. Obviously, I had that filled up the other day. I did, yesterday drop down to the greenhouses to get that semi-started anyway. Obviously, I do need to get some more money together for the 3 orchards that I want, the combos. And also need to load in compost storage as well. So I'm hoping that's pretty much processed now. And thank you very much for that tier 1 subscription, Amethyst Neon, for the obviously 2 months on a row. Wow, well done, thank you very much. And how are you doing? Oop. There we go. Ooh, come on, get it, get it. No, it's not going to. Okay. I'm doing pretty good, thanks. Yeah, we kind of keep missing each other a little bit there, don't we? During the day. Having a bit of an interesting day where I just kind of think of things to say. So, oops. There we go. To be honest, I think I just need a break. Maybe a few days off from doing Farming Simulator. Oh, there we go. Worst thing is whenever I say, oh yeah, I'm going to take this day off, then I get about 101 messages coming through from Facebook. How'd you do this? How'd you do that? What do you think of this? Well, how'd you do that? It's like, really? Come on. Need to figure out a out of hours message, I think, for that. Obviously, I do like helping people. That's the whole point of me being here. Obviously, I helped you guys out in the streams. You guys helped me out with getting a new computer. So now I can actually help do live chats if need be. Help out whenever I can. I think I do. But yeah, I think I definitely need a bit of a break at some point in the next couple of weeks before 22 comes out. But actually, while I'm here, I'm going to just do this a little bit because it's going to bug me otherwise. So, because I know the last couple of days I have been feeling really tired. So I definitely think I need to have a bit of a few days break just to gather my strength. There we go. So if I bring that up in line with that. Why not? Just line it right up with that. There we go. Yeah, what I can actually then do is just have a fence around that far corner. I think that should be fine. Or even just leave it as it is. But he's definitely finished now. And we're now producing obviously steel, rebar, barriers, just getting there, nails, and all that other great stuff. And Stream Raiders is ready. Oh, okay. See, tiredness is not good for you. Wow, there we go. So we have 17 units down. Great. And I'm going to stick a curse down up here. Good luck, guys. Here we go. And congratulations, guys. Well done. Whew. I wasn't sure if that was going to get it there. Right, so I'm kind of going with my hunch, so I'm going to reward this myself to Metal Cat Art. Congratulations, mate. There we go. Right. So let's get this one up and running. I'm going to take a quick break in a minute. It's Nature Calls. I'll plop you there. So what I'll do is I'll switch over to the intermission screen so you can see what's going on, hopefully on both. There we go. Cool. Yep, so my brain has just gone totally dead. That's what it's going to do, is get you going back to the farm first of all, quickly. Johnson, isn't it? There we go. Just drop that down a bit so he's not going too fast. Right, I will be back in a couple of minutes, guys. And I'm back. Right. Sorry about that, it took a bit longer. Had a quick phone call from a friend, and thank you very much, G-Dog for the Epic Archer, and Amethyst Neon for the Epic Barbarian. Much appreciated on them, guys. Okay, so... Where are we? Why is this guy not moving? Turn you off. There we go. Yeah, just some bad news. Close friend of the family, his wife, himself, and 4 out of 5 of the kids have been tested positive for COVID, so they're having to self-isolate now, which is not good for them. But thankfully we haven't seen them in a while, so we should be okay. Actually, what I might just double check quick before I do anything else is fert levels for these. I know I had a look earlier, or I should say nitrogen really in it, so see they were saying perfect on that, that's fine. That's fine. And that one's fine. Okay, so obviously with the greenhouses, I'm going to be putting them down in this corner down here, just over the bridge. I'm trying to actually look at areas to put things down where I don't have to do really well, have to remove fields. And obviously this is a good area as well. So obviously, as you can see, I've got the 2 multi-greenhouses down. I haven't actually done any landscaping or anything around here, so I do need to tidy it up a little bit. Obviously on this side here I will be putting down the orchards. Yeah, I hope it looks as good if not better in 22. It sounds like this thing's actually filled up, is it? Not quite, but it's run out of products probably. So you need, yeah, you definitely need topping up organics. Ooh. So let's go do that. Yeah, that purple is really quite, is really nice. Obviously you got that, and obviously you got the poppy as well, which is like a really bright red as well, which is right next door. They look awesome. They really do. But yeah, lavender is a very good product, or herb I should say, if you have trouble sleeping. The old lavender oil is definitely well worth getting, dropping a few bits on your pillow at night, and it should be out for the count before you know it. Right, so the first thing I need, but mind you, even looking at the clover, the way Dave's actually done it and got the texture and stuff, what you want to call it, the visuals, looks pretty good as well. Makes me wonder if there's any 4-leaf clovers in these fields. That would be quite an interesting one. Okay, what's that one? Mustard, that's another good looking one. At least you can say with a Dave map they're colourful, that's for sure. Okay, so you're definitely filled up, so let's have you now. And I'm actually going to be a bit cheeky, I'm just going to cut through here. It'd be interesting to see what crops Dave brings to 22 as well, or whether he's going to stick with the same usual ones like your lavender, your mustard and all that, or if he's actually going to maybe bring in a few new ones. Whoa, took that a bit fast. Something that we haven't seen before, that'd be quite nice. But yeah, obviously until he gets hold of obviously the game itself and Giant said, so you never know what is going to turn out to be. So once again, what I'll do is I'll just get this set up. Obviously I haven't added any of the auto drive routes for it, so I'll do that now. They're easy enough to put down to start off with. But just look at that, you got nice bit of yellow there, you got nice red, and then the purple lilac-y colour from the lavender in the distance there. But yeah, definitely not a dull map, that's for sure. One thing I would like to see is like the oh, I think it was the folding bridges or something I had in, it was either 15 or 17. I seen it on a video the other day of one of Dave's maps. Wasn't folding, it raised up, I think it was. That was a cool idea. Be nice to see that sort of thing brought back. Okay, so I've got to figure out where I was. So that comes around there. Okay, so I need to try and bring that around a little bit. So if I can hook that onto there, stop that there. Is that? Here we go. So don't get too close, otherwise it'll hit that pipe sticking out. So if I do that there, be fine for the water. Just bring that up a bit. What's the only problem with it being a slightly head now is it's oh, drop a point going backwards, so I have to just delete one. That's why I'm here, so that's going to be multi-greenhouse. Water. So there's that. Oh, I'm going to get away with it, that's good. So if I can get another couple coming. Come on, come on, there we go. There's one there. I think about there for the compost. I'll leave the other ones for the oh. I'll leave those other ones for the minute because I can do them by hand if need be. So if I just bring that up here and around about there, I'm thinking for the veggie greenhouse. That. And drag you back a little bit. The compost. That's fine. And then what I really need is a little track coming out of here. And is it that one? Yes it is. Good. So I'm just going to make that a little bit wider. Go. Hey KW, how you doing, bud? There. actually having those tracks there is really helpful. There's that. 2, 3. And I'll just get rid of that little bit there. Doesn't need that. Obviously I will need a second path at the back there. Put down. There. There. I think that should be far enough out. Go back there. Yeah, doing pretty good. Just try to get the greenhouses up and running in a minute. And slap that in that way first of all. Yeah, that's fine. So while he's doing that, so multi-greenhouse water first. You can do that. Turn you off. And I need to find a truck. There's one there. Have I got any more around here free? That wouldn't do. I'll drive this back myself. Let's just have a little look. Composter. And you need 500,000, okay. So I don't overload myself. 500,000. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah. Might eventually put a second one down, not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. Might have one for the greenhouses, one for the orchards. Yeah, it's really helpful on a big map like this. So you can, especially if you got like large capacity trailers and tankers and that, you can just set it to the amount that you actually need. And you don't have any little bits left over. Hey Ryan K, how you doing, bud? How's your day been? And you're more than welcome to put a shout out to Ryan K if you want, KW, much appreciated. Obviously he's a fellow SGA member. Oh, thank you Amethyst as well. Not too bad, getting started. Ah. Oh yeah, cause you obviously, yeah, it was around about lunchtime for you guys now, isn't it, over in America? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's definitely one thing I am going to miss when 22 comes out is some of these mods that we've got at the minute. So obviously they are pretty cool. Almost 10 to noon. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, because you're... Let's see, so that's 6 hours behind me, yeah. So that's about right. And somewhere in here I've got some grass. There we go. Ooh, got some silage in here as well. Wow. There we go. Yeah, that's one thing I always have trouble with is remembering the different time zones. Some are like 5 hours behind, some are 6, and then you got like T-Mailer who's in the future, stuff like that. It's like, oh man. So I think for like say 2020 farming guy, I think it's around about 2-3 o'clock in the morning in Australia. Obviously over in America you guys are behind me, so let me think. So Central Time is about 5 hours, so it's about coming up to 2 o'clock for Dave. And I ain't got enough anyway, so that's fine. I think I need to get some more grass cut. So I might do actually just, I've got a few areas I could probably cut. So don't think this lot's ready yet, so I'll leave that for now. But there's a few places around I can use. Whee! Yeah, nice slide there. Yeah, so what I'll probably do is, while I'm off streaming, or not streaming, is I'll just get the greenhouses up and running, and then see if I can actually get the orchards at least placed before the next one. So obviously I'll be back on Friday. Obviously as of this week it will be an hour less, as Dajnet or Dave will be going live 5 hours earlier than normal. So obviously that puts me, ooh, let me line up a bit better, an hour over his. So I'm gonna, when he also goes live, I'll be raiding into him. There we go. Cool. That's fine. And then obviously once Dave finishes, he'll then raid into Boomhauer, who's taken his slot for the minute. Obviously once he gets his hands on FS22 and he's allowed to stream them, obviously he'll be probably going to do a few more hours to show them what's going on, what he may do, may not do. There we go. Yeah, but definitely looking forward to that, that's for sure. How are we getting on? So we've got another 4 minutes, guys, on the stream raiders if you want to join in or get your last units down. Looks like we've got a fair few there already, which is great. So we should get at least another 2 battles in today. But also if you want to check out any of the SGA streamers when they're going to be obviously streaming, check out the SGA website. Hey there, Ultra Woody. How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the channel. Doing good yourself? Yep, I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Just playing a little bit of PV County today. Oh, that's very loud there. That is very loud. Oh, didn't mean to do that. There we go. And thank you very much for the Epic Soccer Buster Spartan 1803. That's absolutely great. That. And there's that one. Now then, as I've got a little bit left over, let's pull that across for now. I just want to see if I've got enough to get an orchard placed down. Now, so you can do the individual ones if you wanted to, but obviously they were all combined into three small ones, and I'm not quite got enough. So let's have a look, see what's selling at the moment. So we've got 379. Ooh, 397 on sand. I don't have any copper or bauxite. Okay, I think I'll do a quick trip on the sand cell to Fitzgerald, as it's a nice small drive. And I'm going to use that one there. It's typical, isn't it? Get everything set up and then you decide to change things over. Right then. Looks like I've got a fair few trucks set up now. Obviously if my main truck wasn't doing the tanker runs, I'd be using that one. There we go. Drop you there. Oops. Didn't realise that was still on. There we go. Hey Chris, how you doing, mate? Welcome back. How are you getting on today? Oh, right, so while that's filling up, let's flick over to Stream Raiders and get this battle underway. Right, I'm gonna pop you over there. Don't know if it does anything, to be honest. I don't know why I keep doing this, but yeah. Good luck, guys. And congratulations, well done everyone. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Chris. Okay, so let's see. So I've got to do a random pick this time. So congratulations, G-Dog and Reed McDaniels. You're getting the extra little reward there. And look at that, I'm even getting a little something myself. Some mage scrolls. Oops. And, ooh, pretty. I think I might actually enable that to see what that's like. Let's have a look. So, mage. And I'm just going to manage skins. Berserker, wasn't it? Berserker. Ooh, I've got two. Didn't realise that. Let's take this guy in. And let's jump here. And we'll get the next one up and running. And somebody keeps messaging me on Facebook. Some people are pain in the bum at times. So slap this guy down there. So there we go. You're more than welcome to joining, guys. The link's in chat. We've got 30 minutes on the clock. Not sure why you guys are doing that. I've got some sand to sell. There we go. Yes, one thing I need to figure out for Facebook is like a message, automated message back to people. So if I can, so I can take like a day off, so it automatically sends it back saying thanks for messaging me, sort of thing. If I'm having a day off or something. Because I definitely need to have something just to recharge myself before FS22 comes out. And how you doing? I do trucking. Welcome to the channel again. And hello Lady Smurf, how are you? Oh, and my tablet's about to die, so I need to get that charging. Where the heck's the port for it? Hopefully it's on the right side. Oh, yep, there we go. And I've got the wrong one. I need the other cable. I'm currently working on greenhouses. I've now got the concrete factory up and running. The steel factory is up and running now as well. I've placed down both greenhouses, the multi ones. And obviously now need to get the orchards up and running. So just need to make a little bit of money for that. Yeah, and I'm doing pretty good at the minute. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? Oh yeah, I already asked that, didn't I? Haha. So this is PV County. This is Dajnet's 16x map. And let me zoom out a minute. Obviously, you probably know about PV Uncharted because I think we've seen you in a few other streams. So obviously, this is 16x map. You've got that, yeah? Cool. So obviously, a standard size map for anybody who wants to know is approximately the size of this area in this corner here, the desert. That is the size of like a standard in-game map. Obviously you got PV Uncharted. Obviously the original 4X map itself are the size of this central island here. And actually talking about the 4X map, that is the 4X map in the middle for you guys. Obviously Dave just expanded the boundaries and added all this new land and the mining and everything for obviously county, which is an amazing map. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to cheat a little bit, get this guy up and running. So I'm doing sand. I think I'll do a couple because I'm going to need a fair bit for those orchards. I'm going down to Fitzgerald and sand. So you can drive back there. Yep, and obviously with Uncharted as well, now you can actually sell some of the mining products if you wanted to. Obviously I would recommend not selling too much, because obviously you're still going to need a fair bit for the factories to keep them up and running. Because obviously once it's gone, it's gone. Obviously you can carry on with obviously the field work and get your products that way if you wanted to, for the like concrete and steel factories. Obviously if you're playing on PV County, there is so much you can actually sell, probably most of it to be honest, and still have plenty to play through with. What I would recommend is at least having one mine of each saved if you can, and that should definitely keep you going. obviously with 22 coming out soon, obviously Dave is going to be working on some new IDs and then obviously a new map, and try and, well, hopefully from the sounds of it, not get stuck like me. Oh heck, this is not going to turn out well. Let's lift you up a minute. This is not going well. Come on, come on. Hang on, let me just get out of this hole a minute. There we go. Yep, so obviously he's got a few ideas that he wants to look into for obviously 22, so obviously until he gets the game and Giant's editor, who knows what it might come as. Obviously one of the ideas that he's been bouncing around is having a combined map of PV County and PV Uncharted. Obviously if he can do that, that is going to be the best of both worlds. And as I've said previously, the best way of getting PV County and Uncharted at the minute is through PV Tools, which can be got from the SGA website. No, I don't do multiplayer, sorry, only single player. The only person I know of who streams the PV maps who does multiplayer is Jababo. He's set up a server that he plays with his viewers. Obviously now obviously don't take this personally or anything, but if I did, I'd be inviting people that have been around a while, so people like Amethyst Neon, KW, stuff like that. I wouldn't be just letting any old random person in, because I've heard a lot of stories from different streamers who've set up servers and ended up just stopping it because the odd person being a, what's the best way of putting it, a bit of a dick, shall we say. And there goes my PG rating. And obviously messing up the server, writing rude messages on the crops and stuff like that, so obviously I wouldn't be just letting anybody on if I did have a server. But this map can obviously be run on the server. What is recommended is a maximum of 4 players at any one time. Obviously if you're going to run autodrive and course play, is that will obviously reduce the amount of players on. So I'll leave that there for now while that guy runs down. And okay, so I'm over here, and nope, I don't want that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. What was that? I wonder why that keeps popping up on every map at the minute. Something's missing. And so yeah, orchards. Here we go. So if you're a Twitch streamer, you will need to have 50 followers before you can actually become an affiliate. In addition to that, you also have to stream, let's think, it's over 7 days, and it's about 30 hours, I think it is, minimum. Obviously, once you become the affiliate, you can then have people subscribe to you. But obviously, if you're worrying about that, in my personal opinion, it's the wrong way to stream. If you're just after followers and to make a quick bit of money, then that ain't gonna happen. I do this just to help people out. Because obviously that's what I do in other people's channels. That's fine, mate. It's not. You're more than welcome to ask. But yeah. But obviously, a lot of people think they're going to make a lot of money straight away, and believe me, you're not. To me, streaming is my payment. Helping people is my payment. So, and that's the way I'm running this channel. I'm not bothered about subscriptions. If people want to subscribe, they're more than welcome to, or donate or whatever. Obviously, that is a bonus to help keep things going and maybe improve things along the way. But overall, I'm just doing this to help you guys out. If you've got any questions about, obviously, Dajnet's maps, you're more than welcome to ask. If you are definitely having issues with something, just pop it in there. Nope. As long as you're an affiliate, you can start getting people to subscribe to you. So, if you actually go into your stream, oh heck, let me just have a look a sec. What was it called? I think it's under your stream creator dashboard. Under one of the settings, they should tell you what you need for affiliate. Yeah, there should be in settings. There's an affiliate tab. You can actually see what you need. Dashboard, that's it. And then you can actually find out what you need for all that. My folder is gone from PVMods. What do you mean? Not sure what you mean there, mate. First of all, thank you very much for popping in, mate. Roma Prostiv, what Viper or whatever it is. No, I don't do gifts at the minute, so you won't be getting FS19 from me. The best thing to do is buy it yourself, or actually look to buy FS22. And thank you very much, KW, for that. Yeah, that is a funky one. But yeah, at the minute I'm not doing giveaways, unfortunately. Maybe one day I will. But yeah. When you got PV County yesterday, where did you save it? Because obviously, wherever you save it, if you've accidentally deleted it by mistake, it could be that. If you're using PV Tools, and it's not showing up in game, it might be that the button wasn't selected prior loading the game. Oh, okay then. Okay, my bad. Right, so I think I need to get on and do a little bit of mowing. Righty then. So, I think. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is just need to make a little bit of money. So, sand mine. I'm going to sell at Fitzgerald. Yeah, that is a weird one. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's Let's see, where is this guy? Is he going back up here? Yep, okay. Hey Grinwald, how you doing, mate? Welcome back. Oh, that's interesting, KW. Cool. Okay, so with the auto drive, the first thing you need to do is load up the game with the auto drive mod enabled. The menu is left alt and the keypad O. Obviously this vehicle doesn't do it. So left alt and 0. Or inset. It's the keypad on the side of the... Oh, get out of there, will ya? Oh, this is the only issue with auto drive. They tend to bugger off before it's finished unloading. Yeah. Obviously, if you want the actual routes, X-Man has already set them all up for PV County, and they are on the PVMods website. And there is videos out there that you can actually watch to show you how to add them if you wanted to use it. Ah, right, okay. To be honest, I don't really haven't used it that much, so... But I have been able to get the harvester to load it into a trailer quite easily. But obviously getting it then from, say, like an auger wagon into a tipper after that, I'm not sure about. Best person is obviously X-Man, checking out his YouTube channel, or try to catch him when he's streaming. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, if you're playing on PV County, go over to the PVMods website, and under the mods section, there should be auto drive routes for PV County 16X. What you want to do is obviously first load into your game with the auto drive, save exit. What that does, it will create in your save game folder for that save game a little document that you need to replace with the one off the website. Yeah, that's probably what it is. And also, once you've added them, some places are like Grimwald said there. Let me actually, don't know if you can actually see it or not. We can allow that one. One thing with some of the auto drive routes, they're not all fully connected, so you might need to just go around and connect them up. So for instance, where the buildable bridges are from the 4X out onto the outer part of the map, they need to be relinked. But yeah, I've found a few around where they've not quite been connected up properly. But yeah, actually what I can do is I'll show you that myself. Let me just switch over to there. Alright, so yeah, if you want the routes for auto drive, this is where you want to go. Let me just pop that in chat for you guys. So if you go click on that link, this will bring you to the PVMods website. Go to mods, and then just scroll down, and right here you have the auto drive routes for PV County 16X. Just click on that, and then click on download over here, okay? And what that'll do is it'll download the auto drive configuration XML, which then needs to go into your save game folder. Let me just minimize that. Oh, what the heck? We'll come back to that in a minute. Excuse this. So obviously that'll be in your download folder. Let me bring this across. So there it is right there. I can get rid of them because they've not been sorted out. So that's what you want. So if you click on that and do right click and cut, then go to, I've got too many folders here, so documents, my games, Farming Simulator 2019, then depending which folder you're using, that's the one you want to drop it into, okay? So obviously I'm on 3 at the minute, so what I do is then just right click, because there's the one that I want to replace, and then paste, and obviously that will then overwrite that original and add X-Man's routes. So once you've done that, you can then load into your game and all those routes will be there. But yeah, then you obviously just have to go around and reconnect all the points that you need to. And I've got an idiot drivers. So if you're on Johnson Farm, you need to add your own routes. Yes, you will. Hang on a sec. Let me stop you, because obviously one thing, if you are doing loading up as well, is to go into the settings for your auto drive and make sure that it's set to 100% as well. That's not a problem. I do trucking. Let me just pick this lot up, because obviously what I've done there, it's a bit of a noob mistake, but obviously I've totally forgot about doing it, is I didn't reset the fill amount, and obviously if you're using the fill limiter as well, that will stop it from fully filling as well. So there's that. No problem. So just as info for people, I cleared the whole Johnson farm and decorated it myself. Cool. Yeah, so obviously if you do go and do that as well, obviously nothing around Johnson farm has been set up with the auto drive routes itself, so that's why you can actually chop and change it however you want and you don't have to worry too much. Right, so let me just double check on this. So yeah, what you want to do is make sure that this here, the unload fill level, is on 100%, and it'll be under the middle tab there. Obviously that is. Obviously I am. Yep, thought so. Is that what that one is? 500. That's interesting. I thought that should be 1,000,000, I think. Not sure what's going on there. I know why. I wonder. Is it because he's enabled? Yep. Nope. Yep, there we go. That's fine. Just having a funny 5 minutes there. Don't worry, guys. I'll get there. But yeah, also make sure that everything is reset, so you're actually filling full loads rather than part loads like what I just did there. So I think I'll do this load and that'll probably be enough, at least for now. What we'll jump on next is do a bit of grass cutting and get obviously the old composter filled right up. Wow, you guys are awesome, look at that. So we've still got another 5 minutes, that's cool. Here we go. There we go. Lovely. So we'll leave you there. And we'll just turn you off because you're now done for the day. Feel that? Ah, so it's you, is it? There we go. So that should now be set to 1,000,000. Yep, good. Lovely. So I'll just leave that there now. And never leave the lights on. There we go. Okay. So while I'm in here, I'm just going to save that quickly. Actually, on my other save game, I redecorated it myself as well. I've removed all the sheds and stuff and put different stuff down, so that, yeah, it's definitely something you can do. You don't have to leave it as it is. There we go. Obviously, this time around, I've just pretty much kept it as it is. So, where he is. There we are. Yeah, get this guy out again, I think, today. Now I've got to try and remember how these go together again. I'm hoping it's that way. Is it? Nope, must be the other way around. Also, if any of you guys didn't know, with these mowers, these are like the in-game ones. Oh heck, come back. Come back, come back, come back. They will actually interlock together. Oh yeah. But what you need to do, if I can pick this up, is spin it around the double one, the butterfly, and connect it backwards, as it were, to your truck, or tractor, I should say. So there's that. And what that should then do is connect to the actual mower as well, the smaller single one, just like that. So you could do mowing on the front, and if you've got a bit of a cheaty loading wagon like what I've got, and a lot of people use it as well, to be honest. See this one or the cat pack one from Winston. You could run both. And right, so I'm gonna unfold you, drop you down, turn you on. X. And thank you very much for that epic Templar, Reed McDaniels. Much appreciated. So we'll drop that down. Wow, holy heck. And thank you for that follow, Tommy Stream Z. Much appreciated. How you doing, bud? Why are you not turning on? Oh. X. B. I don't know if I got... Oh, yeah, there we go. So as you can see, you can actually cut your grass and pick it up at the same time. Obviously, one thing I could do with doing is actually going through and making the capacity on the loading wagon a bit bigger. But at least for now it's fine. So yeah, pretty nifty if you don't want to keep using the same stuff. There's a few out there. I'm doing pretty good, thanks mate. Much appreciated for asking. It's nice, easy. Oh. There we go. And obviously, as long as you stay on your own land, you can keep cutting and picking up at the same time. In all honesty, this is not really cheating, this is just knowing the game and how it works. So for instance, I'm hoping this is going to work. Will it? if you do Control V, they will actually pick up, as you've seen all three picked up on their own without tabbing through. But with that being said, Stream Raiders is ready to get rocking and rolling. And I'm gonna, to be honest, I don't know even if these do anything, so I'm just gonna slap one of them down there. They can have a play with my haste. But while they're doing that, you guys can have a bit of fun. So good luck, guys. Hey, Alfred Prom, how you doing, mate? I don't think I actually did anything. That is epic, actually. How many? 33 units. You guys are absolutely amazing. Oh, thank you very much for that hydrate. Definitely will. Wow! Holy smoke. Sorry, I was just grabbing a little bit of water there quickly. Oh, right. There we go. And the rewards are going to Grinwald, G-Dog, and Reed McDaniel. Congratulations. Wow, they were very random. Right then. With that being said, guess what? Boss battle time. Here we go. Right then, let's see what we got, something decent, something good. I'm almost thinking Musketeer. There we go, why not? Let's drop, I just want to pop you in a different spot, make it a little bit easier. Pop you there for a change. So there we go, guys, this is going to be the last one for today. It is a boss battle, so let's see how we do. But after that last one, I think this should be definitely well worth going for. Yep, the obviously if you want to join Stream Raiders, the link's in chat just above. You've got 30 minutes while you're doing that. I'm going back to PV County. Obviously this is a single player map. So no, I can't unfortunately have anybody else join it. And obviously one thing I did forget to do is drop them all back down. So Control V. Doopy doopy doo. There we go. Yeah, sorry mate. I don't tend to do multiplayer when I stream. Obviously the best person to speak to is a guy named Jababo. He's an awesome streamer out there. He tends to go with the slightly smaller equipment, should we say, when he does do single player. Obviously he's got currently a multiplayer server up and running at the minute for anybody who wants to join in. Obviously within reason. If you break any of the rules you will be booted and shamed. My favourite mod. Ooh, cripes, now you're asking. Oh, blimey. I think the fill level limiter, to be honest. So, which is, don't know if it's going to work on this thing. Let's see. So, for like trailers, tankers and stuff, there's this mod here. This is a fill level limiter, and you can actually, if you have like a, say, a 1,000,000 litre capacity trailer and only needs 200 litres, you can actually set it. So yeah, I'd definitely say this is definitely my favourite mod out of all of them so far. There is other ones that I'd definitely probably recommend. Like cruise control, stuff like that. That's another awesome mod. But yeah. The new TLX, yeah. A lot of people like the TLX mods, or what you call them, 82 Studio mods, should say. Actually, I do have the 2020 TLX in here myself, which is under cars. So this guy here, I've got him. So when you, if you've just started, haven't you? I do trucking. So obviously, when you start, you should have. God, I've got to think back now. There's a combine, a John Deere. There's about 3 or 4 tractors when you first start and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously you can upgrade as and when you want to. And I own that field, so I should be able to do a bit of this grass over here as well. But yeah, old school TLX, yeah. Yeah, to be honest, he's 82 Studios has done an amazing job on those mods. They're definitely well worth grabbing. The only one I'm a bit dubious about is the wrecker, for the simple fact it does throw a lot of warnings off. Actually, what I could do is enable the but yeah, definitely all that, like the trucks, the Phoenix and all that, definitely well worth using. Let's centralize that. Obviously, guided steering is another one that I'm definitely going to miss when 22 comes out. Obviously, who knows, there might be something even better coming base game. You never know. There we go, get that lined up there. And now see what you guys are chatting about there. Actually, that's a bit wide. Do I have the mowers in here? Yes, we have. Okay, that's fine. Do I get them all? So obviously, a lot of the mods should have been downloaded with PV County and everything. So obviously, you do have to buy them once you've actually. Oh, look at that! He's finished already. That's annoying. You will need to obviously purchase them as and when you need to. Let's just disconnect you. No, I'm not going to be driving too fast with this thing because it tends to be a bit of an annoying. So let's drop that down a bit. But everything should be in the shop there. Obviously, you can obviously add whatever additional mods you want to the game. Obviously, do be careful, guys, with what you're actually adding, because some of the stuff can cause a lot of issues on a map like this. Nope, FS22 is not out yet. It's currently on pre-order, but it actually comes out on November the 22nd. So we've got just under a month before it's actually released. Obviously, if you haven't got it, you can get it on Steam at the minute, along with the Season 1 pass. You can get it individually or combined as a package. Me personally, I've already got both ordered on Steam, but you can also get it direct from Giants on the Giants website. So yeah, I definitely recommend either way. Yeah, I believe there's, I think maybe Epic has it as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. If they haven't, I'm sure they will before too long. Do you have the 2017 F250 XP? Not that I'm aware of, Tommy. No. When I originally started playing this map about a year ago, I actually ran this map on a laptop that had an i3 processor. So the way I tend to play it then was more of a server style. So I kept everything to a minimum, and I've kind of kept in that sort of frame of mind when I play. Even though nowadays I have a heck of a lot more powerful unit, or a PC should say. So like a lot of the mods that I'm actually running are my own mods from in-game that I've just taken out from Farming Simulator and edited them myself. So for instance, the tractor that I'm running here, the case, this is actually a base game one. It's not done by anybody else. And all I've done is gone in and made it run a bit faster. Oh, that's very loud there. Obviously I've got a load of trailers and stuff. Actually, here you go, I'll even show you. This is my section here. So all these are ones that I've created myself. Obviously I've taken some seed pallets and added increased capacities and stuff, tractors, combines, you name it. I've had to play with a little bit of everything and anything, but they're very simple edits. So for instance, that's the wrong picture. Oh no, it's not that one. Hang on. There's one of these. I don't know if I've got it in here. Which one are you? Is it that one then? Yeah, it'll be that one. So that is actually a mower, but it's a combine, which is really pretty cool. I could run that around the field, and as you can see I can actually do grass, nothing else with it, and obviously that's its header. Oh, maybe. Where's its header gone? Is it that one then? One of these headers are. Might be right at the end. Somewhere around here there's a header for that as well that just cuts the grass. But obviously this is something else that I've done recently. This is not as up to date as the one on Uncharted, but it's similar. I did this, it's pretty cool. Obviously just added simple colour to it. Obviously with this one I've added the colour there as well as the rim colour, and then I've added multiple capacities. So yeah, obviously there's nothing spectacular like some of these guys do, but they are simple XML edits for the most part. There is a few, like the Black John Deere tractor that I'm running on this map at the minute. I've had to actually go into Giant's Editor and pull different information to actually be able to get everything to be changeable. And obviously one issue I did have with is the windows. I had to actually change them a little bit around through Giant's Editor. But yeah. So obviously at the minute I am running a lot of my own stuff. There is stuff I do trust, obviously such as this guy on the back, which is done by BDB SSB. He is a great modder. You can check out his mods on the Farm Boy modding website, or Farmer's Boy, yeah. There's him, obviously Dave, Dajnet I should say. I would highly recommend checking out every single one of his maps. So if you're actually go down below the stream, there should be my PC specs and what my current unit looks like, or setup looks like I should say. It's a... Actually I have no idea. I am absolutely hopeless when it comes to PC specs and stuff. But my PC is around about the same sort of spec as what Dajnet, obviously the map creator, has, with maybe slightly more built-in space, I think it is. So I can do a heck of a lot with what I've got in a minute. Hey, Surfing Cowboy Gaming! How are you doing? I'm just doing a little bit of grass cutting at the minute. And get you lined up. Ah, nice. Yeah, I think at some point I might have to upgrade the storage on the thing, whether I actually go out and get some, I don't know, what you call them, SSD cards or something like that, I don't know. But I think I'm definitely going to need some more space for more games. There we go. Mainly to store like images, pictures and videos and stuff. SIM card, yeah, that sort of thing. There we go, let's just get you lined up. Or even like an external hard drive type thing, probably best idea really. There we go, let's just bring you across, wrong way. But yeah, when it comes to computers and graphic cards and stuff, I am absolutely hopeless. iBattle, I'm not sure I've got that enabled. Oh, much appreciated, Tommy. And thank you very much for popping in, and I'll catch you again soon. It's hang on. Let me just. It should be exclamation mark Raiders, if I remember right. Let's just check that. There you go. There's a link for you. Yeah, so what we've got, 15 minutes just under there, in it, so cool. Right, so I've got a little bit of grass up there I could probably do. Oops. But yeah, definitely a good way of multitasking this is, that's for sure. And we'll just swing that around. Give it a good headland. Oops. There we go. Yeah, I think I'll definitely need to edit this trailer though. Make it a little bit bigger. And obviously if you're not following Daddy Boomer, or Boomhauer, the link's just popped up in chat. He's one of obviously the SGA members. Obviously he created the tobacco factory for PV County in that, along with the coffee factory. Why do I keep forgetting that? It's doing my head in. Definitely well worth checking out. Yeah, I definitely think I need a holiday or a break, vacation, whatever. A few days off. Yeah, that has just been a long day. But yeah, obviously once this Stream Raiders battle is done and dusted, I'll probably be calling it a night. Looking to find somebody to raid. Obviously, if you weren't aware, yes, I am in the UK. And that is a funky colour. Another good mod, actually, if anybody's interested in running, is the additional settings mod. It allows you to change some of the lighting through the night, so you can run from another lighting from another map. So, for instance, if you've got the FSL client downloaded, obviously that tends to run 24/7 and light. So obviously you can actually then change the lighting to run from that. So you could literally have a 24/7 day on the map. Also, it does have a lot of other bonuses actually in there that you can actually use. Didn't mean to do that. But turn that off now. There we go. And as this thing's filled up again, we can take that back now. Yeah, that sun's very bright over there. Just out of curiosity, how full is that composter at the minute? There we go. Should be okay with this load, I think. Give it a try, and then whatever's left over we can always just drop straight into this silo. So yeah, I'll be back on Friday. I'll be starting at the same time as usual, which is obviously 5 PM for me, and I believe it's around about 11 o'clock Eastern time for you guys over in America. It'll be a shorter stream than normal, so obviously rather than 3 hours it will be only 2 hours on a Friday now. And what will happen is we'll be raiding into Dave when he goes live, as he's now starting 5 hours earlier on a Friday, and then obviously Boomer or Boomhauer will be taking over from him Friday night or evenings. So obviously we then get to raid into the creator of this map along with, so that's going to be definitely well worth being there and checking out what he's up to. Obviously another thing that happens on Friday is going to be the fact sheet Friday for FS22. Definitely well worth checking them out, as you get to see what equipment and vehicles are actually coming to the map, along with any additional information that Giants might release. Obviously, like the other day, we had information on the bees and beehives. Definitely well worth checking that out. You get multiple sized hives. Obviously, depending on where they're actually placed, you can actually improve the yield of your harvest from certain crops, such as canola, potatoes, and sunflowers. And obviously, then get honey out of them that you can then sell. And hey, how you doing, BK Rose? Hope you're having a good day. I'm pretty well. Just getting ready to wrap up soon. Obviously, once the Stream Raiders battle is done, I will be looking to say thank you to everybody who's followed and such today, and then find someone to raid into. But obviously at the minute, just been doing a bit of grass cutting, filling up the composter, so we can get the greenhouses and orchards up and running. That's not a problem, mate, not a problem. That's fine, I fully understand. I've had a pretty hectic and busy day myself. Been out shopping, trying to find a new bed for my daughter actually at the minute. Everyone we looked at, oh don't like that, don't like that, don't like, oh crying out loud. And so I came home, had a look on her phone, see what it was about. And she's finally chosen one, and it's gonna have oh, that helps. It's basically a single bed, but it's gonna have the second bed that comes out from underneath. So we're gonna be getting that for her, so she can have friends over more often. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I want to check something quickly. Right, you're full. So I'm going to switch you to the veggie one now. Or go. Actually, just make sure that that's over a bit. Hopefully that's far enough ahead. Yep, good. That's fine. Fine, 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 fine. Okay, that's full as well. Oops. What did I do? Sorry about that, guys. What I want to do is just turn that lot off because that's annoying. There we go. So yeah, a little bit left over, so we'll just cut that the rest of that grass, and we can shove it into the silo for now, and then fill up the composter later. But one thing I do have, I've got an edit of a mod that will actually it's originally a manure storage. I've actually got two versions. One will hold grass, one will hold compost that I need to add at some point. Because I don't think I've actually got it in here. I think it was under silos. Nope. Oh, let's just have a look quickly. Nope. Global company. Oh, there we go. Is that them? Compost storage, yeah. That and that one. Okay. Well, that's helpful. I didn't know I had put them in here. So, in that case... see if I can... try and get them lined up there. Grass. And we'll slap compost down next to that. And obviously I did change the visuals on it as well, which is really quite cool. Da, 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 da. There we go. There. Just bring that down. I need dirt, really. There. It's kind of surprising what you can actually do if you put your mind to it, guys out there, for mods. But obviously if you are going to use somebody else's mod and when you want to share it, you do need to get permission from the original modder. And obviously give them obviously the credit that's when due. I do know there's a few modders out there who don't tend to do that. They'll just take somebody else's mod, edit it and say, oh yeah, I made this. That is just disrespectful, really. we go. It's not too bad. Might need to put another light down here actually. It's getting a bit dark around this area. There we go. And just like that, perfect. So just over a minute left on that Stream Raiders battle. That's cool. Yeah, I think we'll go and check out what G-Dog's up to today when we finish off up here. Obviously he is a good streamer, guys. Definitely well worth checking out. He was here a little while ago. He is doing Stream Raiders from the look of it as well. So if any of you guys are wanting to do a bit more battling, you're more than welcome to with him. And obviously he has just celebrated his 1 year anniversary on Twitch, which is absolutely amazing. And it's ready. Look at that. That's absolutely great. So just get this back and connected, and then we'll get that raid Stream Raiders sorted out. Yeah, that's funny little patches. It's already started growing, that's what it is. For the looks of that. Oh, okay, that'll do there for now. Right, so let's save that. Jump over Stream Raiders. Holy 36 units. My god, guys, you're great. So I'm going to pop one of these guys down. I don't know what this thing will actually do, but we'll give it a try. Good luck, peeps. Wow, this one's gone on a bit, innit, guys? Nearly there, nearly there. Ooh, here comes countdown. Can we get the last one? Yay! Well done!
Congratulations to every single one of you. You're all amazing. And I'm gonna, let's see, yeah. So congratulations to Grinwald, G-Dog, who were about to go raid, and Amethyst Neon. You guys are absolutely amazing. Obviously I didn't pick them. It's just good luck. There we go. Let's just finish that. Let's do that quickly, and we'll do that. Boss defeated. Continue. There we go. So for now, that is going to be it for today. I'm going to jump over to the ending screen, and I'm going to hit the credits, and hopefully they'll start rolling in a minute. There we go. So it's a big huge thank you very much to obviously all the moderators, KW, Amethyst Neon. Obviously thank you for the tier 1 sub again, much appreciated. Obviously a big thank you to all the guys who've followed today, such as, oh, let's see, Tommy Streams. Oh, just turn that off a minute. Much appreciated. Impact 7, thank you very much for the follow as well. And Geordie Lad, much appreciated for their follow as well. So, as I said, we are going to go over and raid into G-Dog, who's also doing a little bit of, oh heck, it's gone offline again. PV County, from the looks of it, and is also doing Stream Raiders. So, let's get this started. Oh, where is he? He's not showing up on my list. He is still streaming, isn't he? G-Dog. Yeah, it's still showing. Why? Let's refresh again in a sec. Raid. Okay, it's not showing on my list for some reason, so let's have a look. G-Dog. There he is. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. Hope you have a great day, wherever you are in the world. And we will see you again on Friday in the stream, same time, same place. But I'll also see you in other streams soon. Catch you later.